Okay,
Right, we here?
we good.
All right. See, we back at it. We going back and forth, making sure everything was good.
Yeah, I
Uh,
know. I'm like, whoa, what's going on?
all right. For those who are following, we want to say what's up to E. Chris, the R&B hustler. The man is in the building. We want to thank you
Yeah,
for
yeah,
joining
yeah.
us.
What's going on?
All right, all right. We got a lot of people here. We got some people following us, which is a great thing. Uh,
Hmm.
like we said, these new editions of the showcase, we're doing it from home, because of the pandemic thing. But we can't let,
Yeah,
but we gotta get the interviews in to give everybody they shine and they shot. So
I
that's what we're doing.
appreciate that.
No problem. Thank you. I want to let everybody know whoever's watching. Um, Feel free to ask questions, and we'll. If I forget some, I can read it, and then I'll shoot it over. And if you see something that I missed, just say, hey, so and so said something, and we can reply to that as well. This is interactive interviews. We get it in.
Oh yes.
All right, so we're gonna get started. Uh, but I already know your name, but we want know who you are, where you from. Um, and stuff like that.
Well, to everybody out there listening, first and foremost, I want to thank God, for another, blessing, another opportunity to be, here live on, the Showcase TV, and I go by the name of E. Chris, the R&B hustler. I'm from Brooklyn, New York. Um, been doing a lot of, blessed with things for a couple of years now, and I'm just continuing, the blessings are continuously coming. I'm enjoying every bit of it. I want to give a big shout out, to my boy Kenneth Stout and what have you, and all my other people who've been showing me love and support, from day one. So I really appreciate the love and support even from you, brother, man.
All right. I was told that you're not only an R&B hustler, but you are an acting hustler too.
Yeah, I double for Wesley Snipes, the actor. I double for him. I've done quite a few movies with him. I started and I worked with Spike Lee also in the past. I mean, I started, wow. Let me go back a little bit in history. I was on Broadway first with the Boys Choir Harlem because I sang, professionally for years, and I worked with Raven Simone, Don Lewis from A Different World. I was on Broadway at the Richard Rodgers Theater with them. That was back in the '90s, but then it opened a lot more doors for me musically, and then I also got discovered by Spike Lee, and I was in Girl Six and Bamboozle with Spike Lee also. And it was interesting with Spike because a friend of mine had referred me over to 40 Acres and a Mule. For those who know Spike Lee, if you don't, something wrong with y'all. But I got referred, to his casting, and he saw me. He said, he liked me, hooked me up as an extra to be in 40 Acres and a Mule. But when they saw my face more in detail, how I was with the crowd, he offered me a role, a skit, and I played a gangster in a bar, drinking on some flat soda, looking like Bacardi. And then after that, I had pursued my music career continuously, and then I got discovered again by Spike Lee in '99, where I was in on Bamboozle with Savion Glover, Michael Davis. It was very interesting, and also all those who are familiar with music, the group The Roots, they was in it too. So that was my second time working for Spike and him working with me. It was an honor and a pleasure. But to show you how God works, that year I was going to BMCC, Berlin Manhattan Community College, and I was supposed to go away on a 4-year scholarship to Howard University on singing. And while we were filming Bamboozle, I had met up with Tracy Runcie. She was the director and producer of Love and Basketball with Omar Epps and Sanaa Lathan. And I met Tracy Runcie and Gina Prince by the Wood. Excuse me, it was Gina Prince by the Wood, who was the director and producer of Love and Basketball, and Tracy Runcie was assisting her. Me and Tracy were speaking. She introduced me to Gina, became very good friends, and then what was it in? I think it was what, March 15th of 2000. I got a call asking me, would I like to work with Wesley Snipes? And I said, huh? And people always told me that Wesley and I look alike, and Omar Epps also. Me and Omar are real cool. So I ended up, being in Disappearing Acts with Sanaa Lathan, John Amos, which was an HBO special. And that opened it was just ridiculously of a blessing on how many doors opened for me working on Disappearing Acts. And then after Disappearing Acts, that's when I started getting interviewed by Free and AJ on BET. I was at Madison Square Garden with Shaka Khan. I opened for Shaka Khan. She called me on stage. I also had the blessings of working with Will Downing. For those who are into true music of R&B, know who Will Downing is. And a lot of other people, Ashford and Simpson. I met Ray Charles and Luther, who commented on my music and singing. And it was a phenomenal thing. And things went so well with Disappearing Acts, I got called back to do some stand-in editing work for Blade 2 and Blade 3, because, I studied martial arts also. And Wesley taught me a little bit, a couple of moves as well. So, so I ended up doing 3 major, projects with him, which was Disappearing Acts, Blade 2, and Blade 3. And by me, getting those blessings, that's when people really started acknowledging E. Chris, the R&B hustler, because I ended up opening up for so many artists and doing so many phenomenal things.
Okay. So you're gonna be in Blade 4 then. Wesley's gonna sit down and we'll take over.
Hopefully, if it comes to that, hopefully.
I'm gonna put it in the air. Look.
Well, if it happens, I would definitely be, appreciative of the blessing, because I have to name these 2 actors that I have really been following for a couple of years now, and I put myself in their category because in the industry, as you know, you have to be multi-talented. You can't put all your eggs in one basket. And I speak that as far as Will Smith and Jamie Foxx. Will Smith, hip hop artist, actor, and comedian. Yeah. Same thing with Jamie Foxx, singer, R&B, phenomenal voice, actor, and comedian. E. Chris, actor, singer, songwriter, dancer.
So we got a question here from Conclusion. They wanted to know how you get these opportunities and get these interviews and to be able to be seen and noticed.
Well, I mean, one of the things of getting those opportunities, you gotta know the business. You gotta be out there networking. You gotta do shows. You can't just wait for it to come to you. And also, one of the most important things that I always tell people, just no matter what interview you get or who you're around, you gotta network. Don't be scared to speak to them, but just become professional, remain humble, and and you just gotta stay in the game. Don't just think, oh, you have the product. You got to have the product and know the business. You know what I mean? You back?
Yeah, we back.
Okay, cool. Yeah, did you catch what I said?
Nah, as soon as you went into it, it said bad connection. We missed that whole part.
Okay, no, it's all good. Hey, listen, at least we I think I'll be able to get this far due to all this craziness going on out here. Yeah. But one of the ways I've gotten a lot of interviews. But first and foremost, I used to work for WBLS radio station years ago. So I know a lot about not only being an artist, but I know the business aspect of it as well. And when you get interviews, I mean, in order way to get them, you got to be out here networking and doing a lot of shows. You got to put yourself out there and not be afraid to market yourself. No one knows you better than what you know about yourself, except for God, of course. And you got to have faith in yourself. I mean, there's so many artists out here too. It's ridiculous, and this business is so competitive. To where you have to put yourself out there. And I don't want to say a pedestal, but you just got to have faith within yourself and network with the right people. And by all means, I don't care how good you are, you got to keep in mind, you must remain humble because we are all replaceable at any given time. The more humble you are, the more focused you are within the industry of the entertainment, and you meeting these people and networking properly, it makes them more interested on who you are as an artist. I don't want to say give all and show all of what you got, but I know for myself, I like keeping people in suspense. I'm not going to give you all of my goodies and say, okay, this is all what I got. I'm going to give you a little bit to show you how good it is. And it keeps you in suspense to want to know more about me and see how far I can take myself. And when you see how far I can take myself or yourself, that's what makes people want to say, hey, come on in. I'm interested. What's going on with your lifestyle? What you got to offer? What's so spectacular and different about you? You know?
Okay. So let us know what's going on. What happened in Mexico? What was going on in Mexico? You got
Wow. Okay. Let me tell you, it was so funny getting, when a person asks about interviews. Um, I've been in this game for a minute now. And make a long story short, my song, Let Me Show You, has been doing phenomenally well. It was pushed out in, what was it, in July of 2019. And that was like towards coming into that third quarter of the industry, for those who know about the first, second, and third quarter. So by getting pushed out onto so many other radio stations, the song hit number one. It stayed number one for like 3 months on a top 50 international chart radio station, which was on T-Rex radio station. So by that happening, I got picked up by iHeartRadio. Now I'm on their charts, and now the song is actually streaming as we speak, along with other radio stations. So, social media is a real big thing. Social media is a commercial in itself, because everybody's on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, so forth, and by people seeing me, I'm almost maxed out on my friends as far as Facebook's concerned, because you can only have like 5,000. But, I had a lot of people logging into it. And like I said, when I was marketing the song, not only on my own, but with my team as well, I got a call from Mexico because, I not only have Let Me Show You, but I'm not only a singer, I'm a singer, and for those who sing and sang know what I'm talking about. So I have other songs such as Me and You. I'm in that voice range. For those who know, I'm in that range of Johnny Gill, Luther, Kelly, Joe. I'm a singer. And a lady had texted me on Facebook and was talking to me. She was very impressed with my whole presentation of who I am and what I'm all about. She's seen all the flyers of the people that I worked with and that I've opened up for. Because some people say they've done things, but they be bull crapping around.
Yeah.
They be jiving around. Let's keep it real. But I ain't gonna play a hate on them, but I'm just keeping it 100. So when she saw that, she asked me, how much do I charge to do something for Valentine's Day? Because I'm a balladeerist and I'm a lover man, not a lover boy. I'm a lover man for the ladies. So I was like, huh? She was like, yeah, I love your voice. She said, you, and people watch who you've worked with. So they see me with Wesley, they saw me with Sinai. I even opened up for Jill Scott last summer, and that was very phenomenal. Jill, she's beautiful. I love her to death. She's a real cool sister, But I said, oh, okay. I gave her the price, and she said, well, yeah, I would like to know, how do you feel about coming to Cancun? And I was like, really? She said, yes. She said, we'll take care of it. the airfare, your room and board, and let me know how much you charge because it's a Valentine's Day, and it was at an all-inclusive adult resort. So it was only adults, it was no kids. And I gave her the price and we worked it out. And she did some investigating on me, of course. And then she called me back. She said, well, listen, she said, are you under management? And I was like, no, not at this present time, because I had just got out of management. And like I said at the beginning, it's important for an artist to not only be a part of the industry, but you must know the business. It's 99.9% business. The other one is wah-wah. So we were able to, conduct business on a very professional level. She sent me the contract. I reviewed it. I sent it to my attorney. And she said, well, if you don't have a manager, you can bring somebody with you. So I was like, I said, I have promoters. She's like, well, she said, it sounds like a plural, promoters. And I was like, yes. So she said, well, you can bring one person with you. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna bring my lady with me, my queen, and I brought my queen out there. It was perfect, I went out there and the songs that they wanted to hear was My by Johnny Gill, and also, my song Me and You, and did a little bit of Let Me Show You as well. And it went phenomenally well. I was really happy. I was impressed with the crowd. And it was at the Luxor. That's what it's called, the Luxor. And it was beautiful. And she said to me, I would love for you to come back if possible every Valentine's Day because I only speak poquito Spanish. So I got a B plus in college for Spanish. So it was like it was okay. So I understood certain things that were being said and happy, very nice. They treated my queen and I very, very beautiful with loyalty, and I appreciated it to the fullest.
Okay. So tell us about your little more about your music albums and where can we find you and things of that nature.
Well, wow. Whew. I have a lot of songs. Right now on the market, I have approximately like 4 of them. That's Me and You, Let Me Show You, Moving and Grooving, and Step Your Game Up. And it's on Amazon. It's on iTunes, which is the umbrella for Spotify, TuneCore, and so forth. It's on YouTube, iHeartRadio, In the Box Music. I mean, CNC, my homegirl Cece got in her station, In the Mix Radio. So it's out there. I mean, all people have to do if you want to check me out, go into YouTube, log in and push in Let Me Show You, and I'll pop up. I'm on SoundCloud, or you can go to when you go to SoundCloud, you can pop up Me and You. I even got a song that, I didn't write or produce a song, but I've been getting a lot of feedback from it. And it's called All of My Love because I used to be on a label with Christopher Williams from 2017 to 2018. So when people go into Chris, you'll hear a different sound to me. And I'm out there. It's been going phenomenally well. I'm very happy. Also, I'm in the process of releasing a new song titled as You're Number One, because my songs tell a story, of course, like Me and You is a love song of marriage. And it's it's like got up early this morning, thinking about you. And I know you're thinking, baby, about me too. I'm thinking of a way, yes, to ask you to marry me. So it's on that to where it's on some every morning, noon, and night. I can make you feel like supreme like a queen. So let me show you what I mean when I lay your body down and you're feeling relaxed. So baby, don't be shy. Just look into my eyes. Let me show you, let me show you, let me show you, let me show you, let me show you. So my songs are telling a story where people can more so relate to love, understanding, romance. You understand what I'm saying? So it's out there. Everybody, you just log in, eat Chris, or type up the songs. Me and you, let me show you, moving and grooving, and step your game up.
So we do you do comedy as well?
Um, no, not really. I've never really done comedy before, but I am funny when it comes to
We we
I
we
got
might
my silly ways.
we might because you know you got the laugh like Eddie Murphy, man. We might have to get you on
Oh
ask everybody.
man.
Okay? You know do that song. Dun, 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 dun,
Wow. Well, he do
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. What the joint he did? What's the cat name? One of the first joints he did. 'Cause I didn't know he could sing until I heard him and what's the boy name?
Oh, Beverly Hill Cops? No,
No, he did he
oh,
did, he did the
I know
song.
what you're talking about.
The one
Tell
with
me I'm the one. Tell me I'm
yeah.
the one. Tell me I'm the one. Yes. Wow.
Yeah, we appreciate you coming out. Um, we're not gonna hold you too long. We're gonna end off with this, end the interview here. And we want, like you said, gotta keep it short and simple. We're gonna queue Fina for some more. They're gonna come follow you, look you up, and hopefully we can get you back in the studio. Um, once we open up the spot and allow people back in our bigger space. Um,
Can I just say one thing before
sure.
we go? This goes out to all the listeners and everybody who's tuning in. I know we're at a time where we're dealing with this whole corona virus, which is COVID-19, and a lot of people may feel as if, life is over. The only thing I just want to say to a lot of people, just stay in prayers. My condolences go out to all those who have lost their loved ones. And also, my prayers are going to be continuously for everyone who basically is going through trials and tribulation because of the job loss. I mean, this is a test of faith right now. I mean, a lot of people, even because let me not forget to mention, because I got to give to utmost. I am a church man. I'm a man of God. I do sing in my church as well, and even for those who are Christians, it's a test. A lot of us say how we pray, we worship, we have faith. This is the time to have faith. So for all those who are listening, as far as artists, whatever field of work you're in, don't lose the faith. This is just a test, because before you know it, things are going to go back to normal. It happened back when they had smallpox. It happened when it was out like this when they had Ebola. Now we're dealing with Corona. This is going to pass. This is just a serious test of faith, just to let people know God is real. And the different things that we're dealing with in life where nobody's really going out and spending money. Shops are closing down mad early. This is the time for artists such as myself to sit down and put creativity on paper. Because when the doors open back up again, it's going to be crazy, crazy, crazy. So my prayers go out to once again to everybody out there listening, and just stay focused and have faith and pray. Because I'm not going to preach, but it's in the Bible, Alpha Omega, beginning and the end. God is the one who has a final say. He opens the doors and he closes them when he wants to. So just keep that in mind. Love y'all out there.
All right, yeah, yeah. And just to piggyback off that, we're gonna run out of here. Um, it doesn't matter what religious group you're part of. Easter just
Mm-hmm.
Ramadan's about to start. Everything is piggybacking together, and the world is shutting down. Everyone is neighborly. Watch out for each other. Could be people at home by themselves, elderly. They passing out in their house. We gotta make sure we don't hear somebody and just make sure they okay. And there's been no violence, no real violence going out there. Like it was before, shoot 'em up, bang bang. And
Mm-hmm.
people are real humble, like Christmas time. It's real sweet.
Right.
Um, but we want to let everybody know we here. Our prayers are for you. You need to reach out to as a media person if anything that needs to go out. That's what we're here for. So we don't slow down. Entrepreneurs, get ready.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're here for. Um, we're here to promote. That's why we're not stopping. We're gonna make sure we get these Instagrams up, Facebooks up, because we need to promote each other. We all God's children, all under one umbrella. No matter what language you speak, it's at the end of the day, is God Almighty, the Father, the Creator. So
That's right.
we love everybody. We hope everyone is safe. And for those who are watching, we appreciate you coming on and being a part of this interview here. And we thank you from the showcase and Righteous Month Entertainment, which is producing this. We appreciate everyone who was watching and listening and left your comments. We greatly appreciate it.
A big shout out to my boy Kenneth Stout, Patricia. Give a big up to my fiance and my queen. I want to give a big up to all my listeners. Give a big up to everybody who logs into the showcase. Set on TV. Brother man, I appreciate the love and support. I want to give a big up to my producers, Rip, my boy CJ, my boy Kev, iHeartRadio, a lot of people that's been showing me love and support. I appreciate it. And most and foremost, of course, God himself, because if it wasn't for him, a lot of things that have been coming forth to me wouldn't even exist. So I'm appreciative of that to the fullest. And I got a lot of love on that. Real talk.
All right. Once again, thank you for your time. Peace and
Thank you,
blessings to
brother.
all.
All right.
All right.